facts. But it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
We are the home of Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken. Do I ever say in the afternoon or do I say in the afternoon? Ain't nobody even listening. They're just in there doing work. And so he ain't even listening. They just. I said, what?
We talking about WWE. We talking about more important things.
WWE is more important than my radio show. Okay. You just make my question more important. Right? The conversation we were having earlier. You're just making my question more important. My question was, which is more important? Which would you rather have, curiosity or intellect? In this instance, when you don't have either, like, what do you call a person? But anyway, because anybody that watches and listens and supports WWE is not curious, nor are they intellectual. If you want to call and fight about it, 833-212-1017. You want to call. That's right, I'll answer the phone. Let's see. WWE. But seriously, so here's my thing. All right, so curiosity and intellect are, I would say, separate components of human cognition that have sufficient functions in the process of gaining and utilizing knowledge, right? How do you use it? How do you learn it? All that. So curiosity is the primary motivator that makes people actively pursue fresh knowledge, fresh things, make inquiries, venture into, stuff they've never done before. Curiosity is an inherent characteristic that drives people to really understand and comprehend the world and actively participate in it in a purposeful way. Does that make sense? So intellect, in contrast, kind of pertains to the capacity for critical thinking, logical reasoning, intricate problem solving, stuff like that. So when we talk about cognitive capacity, like how much, refers to the ability of a human being, you or me, to process and understand information they come across, right? We're not talking about cognitive capacity, right? Because the two of those are like two different things. Curiosity can be regarded as a catalyst that initiates the quest for knowledge. What is that? What does that mean, right? The original impetus is the driving force that initiates exploration. You uncover new knowledge. You're inquisitive, right? Inquisitive intellect is constantly engaging, looking to understand, to comprehend different stuffs. And so I have to readily admit I'm an intellectual. I got a little bit of curiosity, but I'm an intellectual. I want to know the mechanics. I want to know how and why things work, even if I don't have a background in it. I want to know the reasons why things happen, the depth that lies underneath something. I don't necessarily want to know the superficial stuff. I don't want to know what I observe, right? That observable phenomena. I don't really care about that. I want to know what made that happen. So the inherent need to acquire knowledge can result in significant revelations, inventions, compel individuals to really like go beyond the superficial understanding and really explore issues that are personally fascinating, just at a greater depth. So then intellect, well, it enhances interest by equipping individuals with required resources to comprehend knowledge, right? Intellect allows you to understand what it is you learn. Data analysis, you got to look at logical reasoning, like I said, critical thinking abilities, recognizing patterns, using the whole if-then. If this is present, then it's that, right? But the link between curious and intellect is kind of beneficial. Curiosity stimulates the pursuit of knowledge, while intellect assures the efficient processing and utilization of the knowledge. So in other words, when it comes to knowledge, would you rather want to know about it and pursue it, or would you rather want to be able to process and use it? Because many times people have taken what somebody else came up with and created it. Think of the Japanese. The Japanese are a curious bunch. And I'm being very base and very superficial for a reason. This is not meant as a jab or a poke. So the Japanese took, remember the transistor radio when they first made them, the tubes in them, you know, the diode tubes and the rail tubes and all that other stuff. You had to learn about all that. And it was so big because you needed it to vibrate at a certain frequency in order to do radio waves, right? Went to Japan. After we helped rebuild Japan, after we bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, what happened? They created this thing called the transistor radio, the big radio, the Ford Philco radio and TV that sat in your house that was this big. They made it this big. How is that? Was that curiosity or knowledge? Curiosity stimulates the pursuit of knowledge. Intellect ensures the efficient processing and utilization. We were curious because we invented it, but they were intellectual because they made it smaller. But nevertheless, maintaining a delicate equality or balance between curiosity and intellect is important. A mind can be too inquisitive and not too intellectual, like some of our folk we know. That might result in disorganized and misdirected quests for information. Hint, ADHD. Whereas a lack of curiosity alongside intellect can lead to being, and I know people that fit this, inflexible, unimaginative, non-thinkers. Don't you know people like that? They just won't bend off what they know. And that's why, on a side note, when I hear about people talk about Neil deGrasse, I always think, that's cute, but does he believe in God? Well, what does that have to do with anything? Because most people in physics don't. Most scientists don't. They've never taken that extra step because what? They're intellectuals, inflexible, and unimaginative. And I'm generalizing, of course. But I say all that to say they're interconnected, but they reinforce qualities that contribute to a more profound person, right? A more all-encompassing comprehension of everything you do. Some people are more curious. Some people are more intellectual. I'm an intellectual. I've admitted it. I'm good. If I want to find something out, I need a reason and a purpose and a process. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how I'm wired. I'm curious only to become a person who understands something better and I can use it. So the only thing that drives my curiosity is for me to want to get to know something so I can use it. Otherwise, I don't really care. Hey, did you know so-and-so, so-and-so? I don't really care because I can't use it. To comprehend the world for me, I got to understand it. So in that case, I am inflexible and unimaginative. This is the way I want it. This is the way I need it. And if it doesn't come that way, I'm like, So, but if you have to choose, which would you prefer? Curiosity or intellect? 833-212-1017. Would you rather be curious or would you rather be intellect? Which one would you rather have, curiosity or intellect? I personally prefer intellect. That leaves a lot of room for missing a lot of fun and missing a lot of things in life. But what are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Curiosity or intellect?
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. The Truth Family Fest is back. The award-winning 1017 The Truth is proud to announce our second annual Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 17th at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. We are bringing the community together for a family festival that will have something for everyone. There will be live music, delicious food, healthcare resources, and a backpack school supply giveaway. The Truth Family Fest is presented by Associated Bank and sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, Gruber Law Offices, Erie Insurance, and American Family Insurance.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year in 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place? You know, that spot that only you know about? And instead of what you came for, you found something a little different. What if instead of your private stash, you found a simple phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Would you make the call? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/thereishelp.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Truth Family Fest is back. Your award-winning 1017 The Truth is proud to announce our second annual Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 17th, Riverside High School. I'm sorry. Let me not get beat up by Cherie. Riverside University High School. We are bringing the community together for a family festival that will have something for pretty much everybody. Live music, lots of food, and we'll be throwing in, backpacks to give away and school supplies and all that stuff. Mark your calendar. It's a great event. You need to be there. Come out and enjoy the food, the music, the fun, everything. Truth Family, all the teammates. Second annual Truth Family Fest, Saturday, August 17th, Riverside University High School. The Truth Family Fest is presented by Associated Bank. Your money works here, and sponsored by Milwaukee Public Schools, Gruber Law Offices, Outreach Community Health Centers, Greater Milwaukee Urban League, and American Family Insurance. 833-212-1017 is the number. Which one you gonna be, dude? You gonna be curiosity or intellect? Which one you choosing? Turn my music down.
I am curious, without question.
Look. Turn my music down. What's wrong with you?
Wait, I didn't have my headphones on, Dr. Ken.
Look,
What'd you say?
I only say that when I'm just being silly.
But yeah, no.
People be like, why you hollering at him? So basically, I would say stuff to Kyle, and Kyle will holler back, and the only thing they would hear is me hollering at Kyle.
Yeah.
They never heard Kyle holler at me.
They thought you was going
to you'd be like, but that don't make no sense. And like, why doesn't he get to tell me I'm stupid? But when I say something he say is stupid, all of a sudden you hear it and the people start complaining. See, y'all just ageism. That's what it is. It's ageism.
It's not ageism, Dr. Ken.
What I see? Always negating everything I say. It's not. What are you talking about? Are you even old enough to know? Why you even in this conversation? Are you old enough to be in this conversation?
That's ageism right there. That's what ageism is.
Yes, it is.
But no.
Wait. I'm going to tell you like I said yesterday. I might be slower than you. I might be older than you, but I'm always in front of you.
That's true. I mean, you wiser. I understand that. But no, I'm curious. Because I told you out there, I think curiosity leads to intellect. Hey, you see my boy Zach?
Ain't nobody talking to you, Zach.
Hey, you see?
Turn the microphone on. No. Swing the microphone over there. You got one in front of you right there.
Go crazy, Zach. He said turn the microphone
Swing the microphone and turn it on. It's right there in front of you. See, he ain't trying to be all. Turn this microphone on. See, he don't know how to. See, I could do that myself. See? Curiosity or intellect? Which one you want?
Curiosity.
Why?
Because it killed the cat.
You trying to die? Wow.
He over here. Yeah, he over here with a different mind over here.
Like, does he have a mind? That's the question. 833-212-1017. You prefer curiosity?
Yes.
Not intellect.
Well, it's like I understand intellect because I do believe I'm an intellectual. But I think, however, I think that me being curious, asking questions, doing research, like, oh, wow, I was taught this as a kid, but no, this don't make sense. So then that led me to picking up different books and watching different videos.
But what did you do with what you learned?
Well, I had to just apply it to I had to change my whole mindset from what I was taught as a kid versus the reality of life and the reality of the situation, and just learning how everything is, I ain't gonna say everything backwards, but a lot of stuff is just backwards. You curious, you learn it, and then you apply it.
So let me take that to the black community. What's the issue with the black community as it relates to intellect and curiosity?
I know a big stigma is that I know my friends personally, they don't like to read. And I think that reading is so essential, and reading is like, if people just read, they would learn so much and their whole outlook on life would be different. But yes, no.
How old are you?
24.
That's the wisest thing I've ever heard a 24-year-old tell me.
Hey, thank you.
I haven't heard that from a 60-year-old.
Wow.
And when you stress that, when people say, college isn't for everybody, that makes me sick to my stomach, because there's always new knowledge you can learn from somewhere else, and people don't.
I look at everything as not everything, but it's a lot of things that are learning opportunities. But I guess you have to be able to spot opportunity. Right. Most people don't be able to spot opportunity because they be so closed-minded and so narrow-sighted. And it's like, man.
But sometimes it's good to be closed-minded and narrow-minded, so to not let certain things in your mind. But you have to be broad enough. You have to have a broad enough knowledge base to know what's good and what's bad.
Okay.
Like when you start reading stuff, you go, I'm not going to read this, right? But you don't know that if you've never done it before.
That's very true, because there's a lot of times I'll pick up a book and I'll be reading and I'll be like,
this ain't really.
This not even. But you're right, I wouldn't have known if I didn't just open it up. Right. But that's my curiosity. Right. Like, I at least had to see what it was talking about. I had to see if I would agree with it, and then I made the decision that I don't.
So then our schools don't teach reading past third grade.
That's a problem.
So they're able to calculate when you take your fourth grade exam, like, if you can't read and you can't comprehend, they know approximately how many people are going to actually end up in prison, because they test them when they get to prison.
That's wild.
And they know that if you can't read, if you're illiterate, it causes you to do all sorts of things that you wouldn't normally do. Don't go to school, don't have an education, can't get a job. So we know this, but we won't change the way we do school. And I just don't, like, if there's anything MPS could ever change, if we could literally educate our children, like teach them how to read through 8th grade. I don't understand why we stopped teaching reading. We're doing things that we've started doing in the 1940s and 50s, and we haven't changed. We just call it a new name. We put a little thing on it and say, hey, it's this. But in actuality, it won't matter if you get new knowledge and you stop teaching it at a certain point.
That's so true.
But if you can't read, you can't do math, you can't do science, you can't do arithmetic. You can't do papers. You can't do assignments, reports. You can't do civics because you can't understand it. You have no comprehension whatsoever.
It wasn't until I got to college that now that you say that, they do stop teaching reading, because in high school, nobody wanted to read. I wasn't even reading in high school because I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. Like, it was nothing. The importance of it wasn't stressed to us. It wasn't until I got to college and I started realizing how important, like, you have to read. If you really want to even get to, I know you hate this phrase, that next level.
No, I always tease when you say next level. Everybody else is okay. I can use next level. Yeah. Remember, because I'm an ageist.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But you're absolutely right. And so what happens is, white families teach their kids how to read. They read to them in the womb. Like I read to my kids. Like our Sunday afternoon after church was going to Barnes and Noble when it was on South 76th Street. Like we spent the afternoon and they was gone. First, we would walk them through as babies and give them books, and they'd look at them, and then they went and got. So now they're which I'm paying for now because I got 2 bookcases in 1 bedroom that I got to tell my daughter to, can you come get this? Because it's like 250 books. Oh. Or she'll call me, hey, Dad, you remember that back? Oh, no, I don't remember. Well, I read it when I was in high school, and I said, you had to read like 8 or 9 books in 1 class. She was like, well, yeah. I'm digging through piles of paperback books to find this book that she remembered that she wanted to reread because her friends were having a discussion about. Like, you actually sit with your friends and have discussions about books you read in high school? They're like, yeah. So we thought we'd read it again. Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Like, that's something that I think that I didn't know. I mean, I heard about reading to the kid in the womb and stuff, or like playing music or putting like the headphones on and stuff. I think more people need to do that.
Yeah.
Because it programmed their mind at a young age to go towards this, and subconsciously when they grow older, they just gonna pick up the habit.
And if you have the DNA and you're drawn to numbers, if you're drawn to science, if you're drawn to communications, the kids will too.
That's me too. So great. My kids will be brilliant.
Don't go that far.
They gonna be brilliant. They gonna be brilliant.
I don't know if we want to go that far.
Goodness. Oh, the world not gonna be able to handle them.
Talking text line, Black Conscience say, I say intellect because intellect would inspire the curiosity. See, stop mixing the two. Stop doing that.
It's hard not to because they similar.
But which one?
I would still choose curiosity.
Because then it'll come down to, well, you don't have enough of this or you don't have enough of that. So then I get to discriminate against you because you're not really an intellectual. You're which one? Just pick one. It's okay. We're so afraid to be who we are, to just be, right? Oh, you were curious? When I need to be. I'm curious. Other than that, I'm an intellectual. I want to figure out all this knowledge and how we can apply it to something else. All right. Can we use this for something else? Can we take this and do that? Yeah. Can we? That's my thing, and I'm okay with that. Well, you're not curious. I'm not going up some side of some mountain to figure out what's on the top so we can find a molecule for something. No.
I ain't doing that either. Hold on.
I'm like, dude, it's cold. I'm like, I want to go to Antarctica. Knock yourself out. But the 44, 45, 100 below zero, not happening.
No. See, I'm only curious about stuff I care about. I got to throw that caveat in there now.
But what do you mean care?
Like, it has to be beneficial for me somehow. Like, I have to be able to apply it to my life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got to apply it to my life to make me a better person, a wiser person, make me more in tune with my emotions or stuff like that.
Sounds like an intellectual.
So maybe I'm just committed. Maybe I'm like, I guess because I'm so stuck on the fact that I'm mixing the two. I'm so stuck on you can't really get intellectual if you're not curious in the beginning. But I guess action outweighs intent.
But when you're in school, you're an intellectual. They just present a set of facts to you, and then you use them to do something else. That's intellect. You became curious when you went to high school and got older and started questioning things.
College is when I got curious.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you found out you could actually do it. Like right now, like I'm in this weird space of technical math and finite mathematics. So I'm reading books on technical math and finite mathematics. Why? because I want to know it. I want to know how can I use this and how can I apply it to something and how can I and it's just how I've been wired that way my whole life. Don't you want to find out about that? No. Well, don't you want? No. Like if it has no utility for me to move me forward, to add it so that I can use it over here, I'm not curious.
I'm definitely intellect then. If that's what intellect is, then like, no, I am definitely, because I don't care about, like, bro, stuff I don't care about, I don't need to be curious about.
Right.
Like, I don't, there's certain stuff, even football, for example, I don't care about football. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I'll watch it. I'll own a team and figure out how we going to do it to make money and all that. But learning it?
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care about this.
No.
Look, that's why you hire coaches.
Exactly. No. Okay, I can't believe you just flipped my stance.
I didn't flip you.
You just flipped my stance.
It's just another way to think about it. That's all.
No, I guess I gotta say intellect, because what you just said described it perfectly.
Yeah.
If you didn't break down the definitions, I would have thought that was being curious.
Right.
Like I didn't know the line was so fine between the two.
Because then people go, well, how'd you do that? Oh, I just took this over here and took that.
That is intellect.
That takes intellect.
Yeah.
Right? Recognizing I have this, and I can take it and do that, and that, and that, and that.
The example that you had with the phone going to the small one, that was perfect imagery.
Yeah. The fact that you were curious enough to wonder how space would affect when you eat, drink, and do all this stuff, and can you get enough nutrients? And then they invented this thing called Tang way back in the day in the 70s. Tang, it came from the 1960s because that's the powder they used to mix with water to drink like orange juice in space.
Wow.
So then they made it, right? The intellectual part is, well, now that I got Tang, I can make that dried. I can make lemon. I can make, berry, right? One created it. The other one made use of it.
Curiosity is not action. Intellect, you actually is action. Like you actually doing something with the knowledge. Being curious, I mean, you can be curious all day long, but
Curious George.
Nothing is going to get accomplished or nothing going to get done with you just being curious.
Right.
Okay.
833-212-1017 is the number. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
When you brought up that Tang, that kind of make me think about them MRIs when they're in the Army where they just, add water to it.
Exactly.
But when you bring up for me, I know I'm going to get lost in this right here anyway. For me, I like to be curious because I like to see what's going on. And it also pushes me to try to figure other things out. Because sometimes you can find an option within an option and a choice within a choice when you are curious, if that makes sense. So
yes, it does, and I'm in total agreement.
Oh, okay, then. Well, I'm going to go on and hang up because I don't want to get too confused.
No, not at all.
Because I know how you can do stuff with the words real good, so I just wanted to answer the question. That's all.
All right, bye.
All right, you have a good weekend. A good day, not weekend. Good day. Okay, bye.
Now, he did it with the words, not me. I didn't do nothing. I said you can go on. I didn't say nothing. I didn't talk back or nothing. But think about it. Once you recognize what you're good at, once you recognize that thing that's yours, stay in your lane, oh, my gosh, the world will open up to you. But most people don't. Some people are good at just finding things out and figuring things out, and they're curious enough to come up with inventions, and they create it, and then they're done. They're not going to enhance it. They're not going to come back and make it better. Where's 2.0? I'm not the 2.0 guy. I'm the 1.0 guy. Create it, get rich, license it, and off to the next one. Now, your boy, and I know we got to go to break. We got traffic, sports, and weather. Edison was not an intellectual. He was curious. Somebody built this, somebody built that, and he took it and he put it together and said, what if I put this together and then somebody created a filament and he sparked it, and now we got a light bulb. He didn't come up with, well, I know we got that, but can we put gas in light bulbs and then be more efficient? He didn't do none of that. Alexander Graham Bell just invented what? Telephone. That was it. They were done. And the telegraph first, right? Perfected it. Then he made it a telephone. But after that, like, what happened? Then you had this young model from Germany or Austria or Romania, wherever the heck she was from, who started messing with, right? Because she went to school and became an engineer when women couldn't be engineers in Europe, and created frequency skipping. And today we call it a cell phone, where you can drive from cell to cell and the frequency hops from cell to cell, but yet it still stays connected. And that's how cellular frequency hopping works. But this is some woman in the 1950s, and I forget her name. She was a movie star, beautifully gorgeous woman, and they cheated her out of her money. And the Navy took her information and cheated her, and she almost died broke, and then they came behind her, and they gave her money like right before she died. But think about that. Intellectual or curiosity took what somebody else created and said, can't we, I know you use this for this, but can we use it for sonar buoys so we can actually find where ships are? Like send a signal and it'll bounce back? I mean, yeah.
Steve Jobs and Apple, how he combined the iPod and the phone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just thinking. Was he an intellectual or was he curious?
I would say he was curious because he wasn't the person actually. No, he was intellectual because what he did was he took the phone, what was already made, and he kept evolving it. He just kept evolving it.
Right.
It's still evolving.
Right. Now go back to the beginning. He could not create a phone to save his life. He created what he wanted it to do because he saw that, and then somebody else had to create it. I need this to be able to do this. Can you program something and build? And they kept building prototype after prototype. Those were the curious people. He was intellectual, which is why he was unbending, unchanging, unimaginative. I want what I want, and that's it. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017. Anybody brave enough like Al to say if you prefer intellect over curiosity? I'm curious.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
We're at a turning point in Milwaukee's political history as we go towards the end of this year and into 2025. The choices we make now will have a lasting impact on our city in the future. The impending financial difficulties necessitate a cooperative strategy that unites every aspect of our society to create long-term fixes. There has never been any question about the tenacity and the spirit of Milwaukeeans, and it is this strength that we need to utilize more than ever. Our future depends on creative problem solving, utilizing cross-border alliances, and being dedicated to making sure that all Milwaukeans' voices, especially those of the historically marginalized, are acknowledged and heard during the policymaking process. Prioritizing equitable development will ensure that long-standing imbalances are addressed and economic growth will benefit all Milwaukee citizens. You know, it's essential to make investments in Milwaukee's public services, infrastructure, educational systems in order to both prevent the budget crisis and create a more robust and energetic city. Now, as we traverse these obstacles, let us never forget that our community is our most valuable resource. And by working together, we can overcome any challenge and create a future that embodies Milwaukee's greatest qualities, which are resilience, being inclusive, and being a successful city.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Attention Milwaukee County residents. Are you prepared for the unexpected? From sudden storms to unforeseen emergencies, readiness is key. Take charge of your safety with a family emergency plan and an essential emergency kit. Stay informed and connected during emergencies. For tips and resources, visit us online or contact the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management. Prepare now, stay safe, and build a resilient community together. Because readiness starts with you.
Eastbound on 94 still has the 3 right lanes blocked right now because of a broken down semi. That's going to be affecting your ride for sure. We got backups all the way back to the zoo. Westbound 94 is backed up out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 43, a little tight right past Fond du Lac Avenue. And then again, right from about Locust up to Keefe. The southbound side is going to be backed up a bit, basically from just before Hampton Avenue all the way down past Keefe. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of rain, especially to the south and east, a low of 67. Tomorrow morning, a chance for morning rain. Then afternoon, partly cloudy skies. An isolated shower may pop up, a high of 75. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers, after getting a day off on Monday, are set to take on a division rival in the Pittsburgh Pirates this Tuesday at home. Colin Ray is expected to take the mound for the Brewers. First pitch is scheduled for 7:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 6:35. Brewers currently are sitting at first place in the division with a 5-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. And finally, over in basketball, Team USA continues to prepare for this year's Olympics as they get ready for their first exhibition game, which is set for Wednesday versus Canada in Vegas at 9:30 at night. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 101.7 The Truth Street Team. Sponsored by UW Credit Union is coming to an event near you. Join us this Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m. to celebrate Washington Park Wednesday's summer concert series. It'll be a night of music and local bands and food trucks and activities sure to energize and entertain. 101.7 The Truth Street Team is sponsored by UW Credit Union. They're here for every you. 833-212-1017 is the number. So in the last couple segments, we were talking about intellect versus curiosity. Ronnie said, strongly disagree. How do you gain intellect without curiosity? If someone said, hey, do me a favor. Every time you walk out the door, open the door. Well, no, that's a bad analogy. Let me come up with a good analogy. I equate intellect with knowledge. And then using the knowledge to apply, but I equate intellect with knowledge. You can know something only because someone told you. If your parents tell you to do something or don't do that, right? That has nothing to do with curiosity. Curiosity didn't create that knowledge for you, right? Somebody told you. So if somebody tells you, there's no curiosity involved. Like K-12 education has no curiosity involved. You're told, hey, you need to take math. So you take math. Some people become curious about it. Most people don't. That makes sense? Okay. But I get your point, because he went on to say you learned about sex, but you were still curious. Who are you speaking for? See, again, you can't make that assertion for everybody. And that's why, right, it has to apply to everybody, or else it's not really. But that's a good point. That's a very strong argument. Got to give you that. Got to give him that. 833-212-1017 is the. So, when we come back, I have a question about money. And in the 5 o'clock hour, I'll get it. In the 5 o'clock hour, I'm going to do my top 5 at 5. And then I got questions about the RNC. I want to know what you think about the RNC coming to Milwaukee. I mean, it's coming here in less than a week. It'll be here in a week. And, you know, it is what it is. So tell me what you think. I want to know what you think in the 5 o'clock hour after I do my top 5 at 5. Around 5:15, 5:18, we'll dive into that. But I have a question when we come back about money. I may as well tell you now. It can't be a house. It can't be a car or a loan or something. But what's the largest amount of money you would spend on yourself? I don't care what it is. But what's the largest amount of money you would spend on yourself? Like, I want that, and I'm buy it. Because you need a house, you need a car. So I get that part. But if there's something that you want, like if you wake up and you say, you know what? And don't apply a trip to it so that you can say, that's why I'm spending that much money, because I'm going on a trip to Australia. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you wake up and you see it and you like it and you buy it. What would you put that number at? Because I'm going to tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. When we come back, I'll tell you. The largest amount of money I bought something for myself because I woke up one day and decided to buy it, and so I bought it. And it was great. 833-212-1017 is the number. The largest amount of money you would spend on yourself.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you walking in a building and it's a Caucasian person walking in front of you, and they don't hold that door. I mean, you're close. You're real close. Like if they just held the door for 2 seconds, you would be right behind them. You know what I mean? That's racist. Because why wouldn't you hold the door for me? And all of a sudden, when that happens to me, because I don't hold the door for people, but I become a hypocrite racially, then I turn into Malcolm X. Oh, you can't hold the door for her, brother. Okay.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place? You know, that spot that only you know about? And instead of what you came for, you found something a little different. What if instead of your private stash, you found a simple phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Would you make the call? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/thereishelp.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
Coming with straight truth.
When we talk about giving more money to these ideas and we are pouring into NPS, sometimes people wonder, is they pouring into a cup with a hole in it? They got raises. We got one of the highest paid superintendents in the state. Where the money going? And not only for NPS, where's all the money going that's coming in to help the city of Milwaukee? Is it being managed correctly? I'm talking about on all sides.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Nothing. Everything's on. Everything got turned up. Nothing. I'm just talking. No, that's it. We're fine. We're fine.
I'm curious.
Well, come look. See? So watch this. There. See?
Oh, that's what it was.
833-212-1017 is the number. It's just acting up. But now I'm curious. Now I got to see if I can get it to work. No. Yeah, everything's supposed to be working. Everything. Volume's up. Everything. Now I got to find stuff. Let's see. We're just doing a little experiment, y'all. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm going to tell you, I bought myself some shoes. Like, that's the thing I bought myself. When you talk about spending money on something, how much you think I paid for some shoes?
$250.
$250. Interesting. $480 for some shoes. That was the first time I bought some. Second time I bought some shoes, I paid $895 for some shoes. Like, why is that a problem? And so it must be this because I'm playing YouTube and it's not playing either. I love it when you find a technical issue, like right when you're, yeah. I mean, YouTube isn't playing either. I'm playing the same song on YouTube. So it's good to find out technical things happen. What's going on, Sandra?
Hi, Dr. Ken.
How are you?
I'm patient. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I've been better. I'm trying to see why I can't play, why my music can't play.
Play what?
I'm trying to play some music on the air, but it's not playing. So it said no punk, and then it smacked me. So
there's a little young guy that's with you. What's his name?
Jason.
Hey, don't he know how to do it?
No, he don't know how to do it.
He don't. That's where I get my information from, the young people.
Wow. So are you saying that I need to talk to Jason to get it fixed?
Yeah.
I should hang up on Sandra. Click! I just hung up on Sandra.
Don't hang up on me. Yeah, that's where you got to get the information. That's where they have it.
It's actually the system here that's not working.
Oh,
because I've played a couple
things.
Have to wait. I've played a couple things with it, and it's not playing at all.
Cool. I might have to call somebody in there.
And I mean nothing.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is you got to call somebody that knows, what to do with that kind of stuff.
Are you saying that I'm not smart enough to figure out to know what to do with the stuff?
No, I'm not saying that. You said it's not playing.
Sandra called me stupid.
You said it's not playing, so I just figured that
Sandra just called me
since you couldn't get it started,
Sandra
there may be something mechanical, what I'm saying.
It is, but
I'm not calling you stupid.
Sandra called me stupid. She hurt my feelings.
I'll never call nobody stupid.
I'm not going to lie.
I never do that. That's an ugly term. You do? I heard you say it before in a commercial. But I never do that. I just...
Stupid. I use it all the time. Stupid.
Let's mess with their intellect. That's what you were talking about, intellect. What's the other word?
Well, there are stupid people in the world. We've all done something stupid.
Well,
everyone has done something stupid.
Well, that's
correct.
People's judgment.
No, it doesn't make you stupid, but we've all done something stupid. I shouldn't have done that. That didn't make any sense.
Well, that's people's judgment, baby. He thought whoever did it thought it was okay to do it.
You know when you do stuff that don't make no sense and is dumb, that you shouldn't have done it, and it was dumb.
I don't think I do dumb things. Well, anyway, Dr. Kim, what was your other word? You said intellect, and what's the other one?
Curiosity.
Curiosity, yeah. I was trying to think of that because when you said that, I think of what they used to say, curiosity killed the cat.
Yep.
You know that little saying? Yeah. Yep. No, I was just thinking now. No, I think intellect would be better. I would care more for the intellect versus the curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would care better. But
why?
You said kids can't read?
I didn't say that.
Because
well, curious, you want to wonder what something is and you're looking for something, but you can always gain. Somebody said you can't gain knowledge without. I think Ronnie said it on the talking text line. You can't gain knowledge without curiosity, and I'm like, no. People can hand you a book and tell you to read it, and you read it, and now you know it. That takes no curiosity whatsoever.
Yeah. That's what I say, because you can always read, you can always learn. Right. You can ask somebody. Some people know a lot of other things that you don't know. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these young kids know a lot of stuff I don't know. These cell phones and all that stuff.
But that doesn't make them more smart or more intellectual. It's just different information. Because you have a boatload. You got a library's worth of information that they haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, maybe that's because you say they don't read or something.
Ding!
So the kids are not reading, and they got it all figured out when they're going to go to jail. They got it all figured out when they're going to go to jail and all that stuff.
Oh, no. I just read it on Google.
Uh-huh.
Just read it on Google. Google will tell me. Right. Okay.
Uh-huh. They read what they want to read, too.
Yep.
But
I got about 30 seconds.
Okay, that's what I was just calling to say. I like the intellect. And then I have one more thing I'll say in 30 seconds. I don't like when they measure hair as the intellect. You know what I mean? Like we have curly hair. And then, they try to compare stringy hair and say your brain is in your hair. That's what I don't like. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Your brain is in your hair? That's that old school 1930s and 40s and scientists German stuff, right? Yeah. That sounds like Hitler-esque. Weird. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon, Top 5 at 5 next.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Join the 1017 The Truth UW Credit Union Street Team at the Share the Vibes Music and Technology Festival at the Vivarium Saturday, July 13th from noon to 7 p.m. It will be a celebration of emerging artists and musicians while also providing a fun environment for networking and community building. There will be technology workshops, musical performances, food, drinks, and much more. Get your tickets to this dope event by visiting ShareTheVibesLLC.com. That is the Share the Vibes Music and Technology Festival Saturday, July 13th at the Vivarium.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Research shows that high-quality teachers have the greatest impact on student success during the school day. By shaping their students, they are shaping the future. Yet while actors have Oscars, musicians have Grammys, and athletes have gold medals, exemplary educators who prepare every profession are just not recognized enough. The Milken Educator Awards set out to change that by surprising outstanding educators across the nation with $25,000 prizes and providing a platform to celebrate, elevate, and activate the profession.
Erica Stevens!
The awards were created by Lowell Milken of the national nonprofit Milken Family Foundation. The journey to surprising the 3,000th Milken Educator is in full swing. Who will be next?
Honey, they chose me.
Celebrate teachers, value teachers, thank teachers.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. It is 2 minutes after the hour. We are live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. I always forget that. At the Avenue. So, yeah. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me see. Got to hit the talk and text line. Fawn said, your money, your choice, as long as your bills are paid and your family needs are met, no problemo. Yeah, I bought some Gucci shoes. They're about $1,000. And then I got like a 15% sale, discount, whatever. So, no, I'm just saying. What have I done spur of the moment to pay for? The most expensive shirt I ever bought was probably $150. The most expensive polo shirt I ever bought was about $60, $70. Brooks Brothers. You even familiar with Brooks Brothers? Okay, well, you had that look like, I asked most people, they're like, what's Brooks Brothers? Like, I was talking to some students at Concordia in Mequon, and I said, I was like, what is that? I was like, it's Brooks Brothers. They were like, who? Think upscale Carhartt. They were like, oh, because in their mind, Carhartt is expensive as all get out. But it's expensive for a reason. Because once you buy it, you can wear it like forever. Literally. Their clothes are durable. Like, you ever have Carhartt? But you've seen it before, right? Like, yeah. It just, like, I'm not that worker type, so I don't wear Carhartt. That's not true. I had the best beanie cap. It was a Carhartt. Somebody stole it. Here. It disappeared one day. I don't know. It wasn't here. I got to blame GKB. My teammates stole my baseball, my hat, yeah. But, yeah, it was just one of those, Carhartt. I can't bring myself to buy Carhartt. But everybody knows Carhartt when they see it. Like, all my students wear Carhartt. And I'm like, okay. I'm not wearing that. Why? Because they wear it. And they say, well, what's Brooks Brothers? I said, Google it. And then they Google it and go, oh. Well, I want a shirt like yours. I said, okay, go online and buy one. And then they go on and huh? I'm like, yeah. If you save up, you can buy anything. I'm trying to think. The most I've ever paid for shoes, a coat. My coldest coat that I have to this day. I'm going to wear it to the studio when it gets cool in the fall. I paid $35 for this coat. It's a London fog. People hate me. You going to sell that coat? No. And I used to have this overcoat, but my wife threw it away. I paid $25 for that overcoat. Silk interior. And then the silk tore, and I'm like, I'll just get it sewn up because nobody looks at my coat from the inside. So I got to go find one again. Just men's. Anybody know any good men's secondhand stores? Because that's where you can lose your mind. People are like, oh, my God, that's great. Yeah, no. Don't ask how much I pay for it. Even though it's designer, it's like, because my coat was a Hart Schaefer Marks. And if you never heard of Hart, it might be Scheffner, but anyway. Hart Schaefer Marks. Like, they make coats like coal. I mean, yeah. And, yep. Never paid top dollar. What's the least I've paid? About $25. Yep. Now, what I won't do is pay that much money for some socks. I watch people buy some socks. I have 2 pair of Brooks Brothers socks. The 2 pair of socks cost me $111. Now, here's the flip side. I put those socks on, I swear, it's as if they don't slide, they don't move, they don't bunch. The toe, when you walk too much, they are perfect. It's like I don't have socks on. It's beautiful. But I can't wear those every day because y'all be like, dude, y'all smell that foot? Like, who is that? Ugh. But it's great. And so for me, it just depends on, I guess I have to change my story. It's what I pay for that causes me to pay more or not. Like, I'll pay for a first-class flight when I'm coming home, but I won't take a first-class flight to somewhere unless it's so cheap that it'd be stupid not to get it. But coming back, I have to take it because I'm going to be beat worn. I'm going to go somewhere on vacation. I never go to sleep when I say I am. I'd say I'm going to get 8 hours of sleep every day, and I get like 2. And then you run everywhere you're supposed to go, and then all the extra stuff on the way. And then you end up, you're going to be back at the hotel at 9 o'clock. You get back at the hotel at like 2:30 in the morning. And then the first thing you got to do is at 7, so you got to get up at 6. And then you get to your room, and then you start running off at the mouth, and then you get on the computer, and then you do your mail, and next thing you know, it's 4:30. And you got to get up at what? 6 o'clock. So you sleep like an hour and a half. And that's a week. Like, it's just no. So you kind of know going in, right? So when I get on a plane coming back, nah. I need to be catered. I don't need to be paying for no baggage fees. I need a meal. I need food, water when I ask for, all that. But then some people think it's pretentious because some days I turn very cheap. What's the cheapest flight with the cheapest? Now, I'll never buy a, like Southwest has that Wanna Fly, where it's like dirt cheap. But then you're almost like on the wait list, right? Your seat's going to be Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, Group E, Group F. You're like Group X, right? There's one seat left. It's the seat next to the stewardess all the way at the back of the plane. Like, no, the plane lands at the same time in the front and in the back. I'm like, I get that, but do you really want to live in the cramped, and the seats keep getting smaller and smaller, and overweight people keep getting bigger and bigger? I'm like, dude, if I don't have a window, I'm going to lose my mind. And so you never get there. You get there and you're late, and it's all the middle seats. So you have to consciously hold yourself in the whole time. It's terrible. It's terrible. But depends on how I feel. If I feel like I ain't paying that kind of money, then I'm going to be the $59 anybody want to holla, and that's what I'm doing. And I enjoy it. But we carry on.
Number 5.
Judge has rejected, says CBS 58. A federal judge has denied a request for the coalition to march on the RNC to establish a protest zone outside the designated security area for the upcoming Republican National Convention, Monday the 15th through Thursday the 18th. U.S. District Judge Brett Ludwig, his decision was on yesterday, concluded that the city of Milwaukee security plan for the convention, including restricted protest zones and an official parade route, is a reasonable measure to ensure public safety. So they got their hand smacked, and now they're probably going to go cry in the corner and say how terrible it was and their constitutional rights. But your constitutional rights don't trump safety. And so I think people need to realize that.
Number 4.
A West Dallas man has been charged, says WISN.com, with attempted first-degree intentional homicide in connection to a shooting that occurred at Sheridan Park in Cudahy on June 28th. Leon Chapman is accused of shooting a man in the head during an argument. The victim survived the shooting and identified Chapman as the aggressor. Chapman is also facing 2 additional charges: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a firearm by an adjudicated delinquent. He faces up to 60 years in prison if convicted of the attempted homicide charge. Hey, Jason, what do you think the argument was about?
I was just cutting up a video. You got to refresh.
When 2 people argue, what's the argument about?
If 2 people are arguing?
Some guy got shot in the head, survived and identified his shooter, who's now in custody, charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and possession of a firearm by an adjudicated delinquent. Faces up to 60 years in prison if convicted of just the attempted homicide charge. So what do you think he shot him for? Because only 3 reasons people get shot.
It was something with money.
Or it's only 3 reasons.
Something like that.
Or
money, girl. I feel like those are 2 main things.
Drugs. Top 3. Leon Chapman is accused of shooting a man in the head during an argument for $40 loan. The victim survived the shooting and identified Chapman as the aggressor. $40. 40. Not 400, not 4,000, not 40,000, not 400,000, not 4 million, not 4 billion. 40. 1410.00. Think about that. $40.
That's really insane because, bro, you can go make $40.
And now you might go to jail for 60 years for a $40 argument.
So I guess his life was worth $40.
Well,
the guy who going to jail because his life over.
Oh, yeah. And he was adjudicated a delinquent. So he was already a felon. And okay.
He should have read more, Dr. Ken.
Wow.
Number 3.
Well, going back to the RNC, a new threat assessment report written by federal and local police states that there is no credible reporting to indicate a threat to the RNC next week, but it says it could be an attractive target due to the link to the 2024 general election. ABC News says the document, which was obtained by them, says special political events are attractive targets for domestic violent extremists, foreign terrorists, and lone offenders looking to disrupt democratic institutions or cause societal chaos. So those tasked with protecting the RNC are looking for targeted attacks, swatting hoaxes, people delivering suspicious items, destroying property, and arson. It states domestic and homegrown violent extremists are the most significant terrorism threat facing the 2024 RNC. And that'll probably be the same thing for the DNC in Chicago. They kind of go hand in hand. Stupid people doing stupid things.
Number 2.
Overnight shooting at a gas station leaves one dead. CBS 58 reports Milwaukee police are investigating a fatal shooting that took place this past Monday night at 11:45 p.m. near 60th and Bradley. The victim sustained fatal gunshot injuries. If it was a fatal gunshot, it's not an injury. Anyway, and was pronounced dead at the scene despite life-saving measures. The 29-year-old suspect was taken into custody around 4 a.m. today. Charges are pending review at the DA's office. And, of course, if anyone's seen anything or have any information, they're asked to contact the Milwaukee Police Department at 414-935-7360. To remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers at 414-224-TIPS. So, I guess, have we gone a day without a shooting in the last 2 or 3 weeks?
You want to know something crazy, Dr. Ken?
What?
I'm pretty sure somebody got shot on July 4th, and we ain't seen no headlines talking about July 4th shooting, how they do on Juneteenth.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I didn't see none.
Well, that's because you're 24 years old. Do you really read the news like that? I'm just asking. Wow, that just shut you down. That just shut you down. Oh, yeah, notification. But did you read it? See.
But when I didn't get the notification, I was like, what's going on?
And he didn't read it. Yeah.
Number 1.
This from Fox 6 Now in New Orleans. Lawyers for, get this, retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre asked a federal appeals court today to revive a defamation lawsuit Favre filed against a fellow Pro Football Hall of Fame member, former tight end Shannon Sharpe. What team did Shannon Sharpe play for?
The Ravens.
And amid the backdrop of a Mississippi welfare scandal that is one of the state's largest public corruption cases, a judge in Mississippi threw out the lawsuit in October, saying Sharpe used constitutionally protected speech on a sports broadcast when he criticized Favre's connection to the welfare misspending case. Favre's lawyer, Amit Vora, told 3 Fifth U.S. Circuit Court judges of appeals judges in New Orleans that the lawsuit should be revived, arguing that Sharpe accused Favre, who had not been charged with a crime, of theft. Sharpe said during a 2022 September broadcast of the Fox Sports show, Skip and Shannon, Undisputed, that Favre was taking from the underserved and that he stole money from the people that really needed that money, and that someone would have to be a sorry person to steal from the lowest of the low. Vora said that's actual defamation because that reasonable listener is taking the word steal literally and not figuratively. Sharp's attorney, Joseph Terry, told the judges that Sharp's remarks were clearly an opinion offered when he was asked about it in a news report on the Mississippi welfare scandal and how the reports will affect Favre's legacy. Terry said if you read his comments in context, it's quite clear that he was expressing his opinions rhetorically. The panel gave no indication when it would rule. Mississippi State Auditor Shad White, now this is the stuff that caused all this fervor for Favre. Or is it Favre fervor? Anyway, said that from 2016 to 2019, the Mississippi Department of Human Services misspent more than $77,000 from the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program, funds intended to help some of the poorest people in the state. Among White's findings was that Favre improperly received $1.1 million in speaker's fees from a nonprofit organization that spent TANF money with approval of the Department of Human Services, and the money was to go towards a $5 million volleyball arena at the University of Southern Mississippi, which he attended and where his daughter was playing the sport. Favre has paid back the $1.1 million, but White said in a February court filing that the former quarterback still owes $729,790 because interest caused growth in the original amount he owed. Favre, who lives in Mississippi, denied any wrongdoing and is not facing criminal charges. He's among the more than 36 people or companies being sued by the state Department of Human Services. U.S. District Judge Sterritt's October ruling said Sharp's remarks about the case were constitutionally protected, rhetorical hyperbole. Here, no reasonable person listening to the broadcast would think that Favre actually went into the homes of the poor and took their money, that he committed the crime of theft or larceny against any particular poor person in Mississippi. That's what he wrote. And I don't blame him. So when people say, what happened to privilege? Well, go to Mississippi. It's right there.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Have you ever said, I'd like to do something different for a change? I'm tired of doing the same old, same old. Well, the Wisconsin Black Chamber invites all wine lovers and those who want to spend a Saturday doing something different to the Black Winemakers Chicago Day Trip, Saturday, July 20th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We meet at the Black Chamber building located at 2900 West Philippe and head to Chicago for a day of winemaking, eating, drinking, fun, and laughter. It's an experience you won't forget, especially since there's plenty of photo ops. Grab a couple friends and create some memories. Visit our website, twbcc.com, to register. You can register for the July 20th or August 31st class right now. Don't wait, classes fill up fast. The Wisconsin Black Chamber is still doing the most. Visit twbcc.com to keep up with what we have going on.
It's your boy, Tory Lowe from The Tory Lowe Show. Tap in for that action. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading The Truth app or stream on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place
You know, that spot that only you know about? And instead of what you came for, you found something a little different. What if, instead of your private stash, you found a simple phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Would you make the call? The truth is, all drug use comes with risk. Before those risks become real, before drugs turn your life upside down, before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. If you or someone you love is struggling with drug use or prescription drug misuse, call 1-800-662-HELP for 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/thereishelp.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's the return. Ain't nobody messing with her, brother.
I'm not having a good day today. At all. At all. Let's see if I can do that again. Watch this. Because the one that played is a different one. I'm not having a good day. At all. Let me see if I can get this to work. Hey, it's live radio. What can I say? I'm going to get it right. What? You ready, right? Intellectual, unbending, unimaginative, stubborn, and going to do it till he get it right. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Fun and all. Having a great afternoon. You're just carefree, don't really care, don't really get all upset. Oh my God, it didn't work. You know? Hey, Truth Nation, come join us. 1017 The Truth Street Team at the 3rd Annual Share the Vibes Music and Technology Festival at the Vivarium, Saturday, July 13th. From noon till 7. Share the Vibes Fest promotes emerging artists, musicians, furthers STEM education while providing a fun environment for networking and community buildings. There will be a technology workshop and musical performances, food, drinks, a whole bunch more. Can't miss this opportunity. Buy your tickets today by visiting sharethevibesllc.com. That's sharethevibes, VIBES, all one word, LLC.com. We look forward to sharing the vibes with you on Saturday, July 13th from 9 till 7 p.m. at the Vivarium. 833-212-1017 is the number. All right, we finally got it right. It only took an hour and a half.
We did it. That's all that matters.
What you mean we? I'm the one messed it up. If I messed it up and then I fixed it, even though DJ Brother Z turned on, somebody had muted the actual computer, muted the sound on the computer. And you know who did that, right? It was probably Sherwin. Because we're going to blame Sherwin. Because there's nobody else here to blame but Sherwin. And so it's Sherwin's fault. I think that's only fair, right? I think it's only fair that we blame Sherwin because he's not here and there's no one else. And so because the computer didn't work, it was Sherwin. What? What'd I do? It was like y'all had this, y'all scaring me. What'd I do? What? Hey, it's one of those days.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What is at stake for African American voters in this election? a great deal is at stake. All the progress we've made is at stake. For example, right now we've lowered health care costs. I've been able to walk in and make sure we forgive student debt for people who are struggling to get to school. We provided billions of dollars to HBCUs to give them a fighting chance. We've changed prescription drug costs by allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices so that people on insulin are paying $35 a month instead of $400 a month. And all prescription drugs can be limited to $2,000 a year, even though cancer drugs are $10,000, $12,000, $14,000. We're strengthening Medicare. Look, we stand up for principles. Our democracy is at stake, in fact. Look what he's doing with Putin and with Kim Jong-un of North Korea. Look at him saying, we don't think a country is paying enough for their own defense, then when they get invaded by the Russians or anyone else, that's up to them. We're not going to help. He has a fundamentally different view than the vast majority of Republicans, I might add, in the past, as well as me and the Democratic Party.
To hear more of President Joe Biden's interviews with Sherwin Hughes, visit 1017thetruth.com and find it in the interview podcast tile, or download the 1017 The Truth app today. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth Nation! Tap into Jamming with Juice. Yo, I've been jamming with Ben Jammin for a very long time. And now here's your chance to catch Jamming with Juice live on YouTube. You can also catch a drop of juice on 1017 The Truth app at 1017thetruth.com.
People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? Wish Caregiver Careers can get you started as a certified direct care professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at wiscaregivercdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Attention Milwaukee County residents. Are you prepared for the unexpected? From sudden storms to unforeseen emergencies, readiness is key. Take charge of your safety with a family emergency plan and an essential emergency kit. Stay informed and connected during emergencies. For tips and resources, visit us online or contact the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management. Prepare now, stay safe, and build a resilient community together. Because readiness starts with you.
Southbound on 41, backing up with an accident. It's just south of Good Hope Road, so watch out for the delays coming into that area and the big problems. 894 southbound, we do still have the two right lanes blocked at Greenfield Avenue for a crash. We've got eastbound 94 at 70th Street, a broken down semi stuck in the three right lanes. And then in the backups of this, we've got an accident off on the right shoulder at 84th Street. All these adding together to a nasty delay all the way back almost to Highway 16. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of rain, especially south and east, with the low of 67. Tomorrow, chance for morning rain, then afternoon, partly cloudy skies, an isolated pop-up shower, a high of 75. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lasga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers, after getting a day off on Monday, are set to take on a division rival in the Pittsburgh Pirates this Tuesday at home. Colin Ray is expected to take the mound for the Brewers. First pitch is scheduled for 7:10, with coverage beginning over on WTMJ at 6:35. Brewers currently are sitting at first place in the division with a 5-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. And finally, over in basketball, Team USA continues to prepare for this year's Olympics as they get ready for their first exhibition game, which is set for Wednesday versus Canada in Vegas at 9:30 at night. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, Truth Nation, our Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer series has been a hit this summer, so we want you to join our Truth team for Beyond the Mic with Sherwin Hughes Happy Hour Mixer series on Friday, July 26th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Mobay Cafe, located 1021 South 1st Street in Milwaukee. There will be delicious cocktails, great conversations, Chula Vista Resort, and water park giveaways. And me, yours truly, Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, will be broadcasting my show live from 4 to 6. So mark your calendars, Friday, July 26th, 4 to 7 p.m., Mobay Cafe, 1022 South 1st Street in Milwaukee. 833-212-1017 is the number. I should probably go back and check the talking text line because I haven't looked at that in quite a while. Y'all know how y'all be hollering at me and stuff. Simeon. Yeah. Threats. Yeah, right. Why do you let your politics, and I said we were going to talk about that. What is it people have against the RNC coming to Milwaukee? Like, why are you mad? Is there an alternative for any black people other than the Democratic Party? We seem to just slave to them for no reason at all. I ain't talking about how you feel. I'm not even talking about joining the Republican Party. Why do black people slave to the Democratic Party? Like, what is there for us that we're actually getting? And don't talk in generic, they believe in your rights and we believe. Don't do talking points. You. Because I haven't seen anything in a good number of years. Because we've been singing that song and sailing that ship since 1968. I don't really know if we got anything for it. I personally think we got sold a bill of goods. Stuff gets broke in your neighborhood, and the first thing they want to do is do what? Call in the federal government to fix it, as if there's no local government, there's no county government, there's no state government. I saw a story where somebody thought it was funny. Did you know that most sheriffs believe that they have more power than the federal government? If you read the Constitution, they actually do. They're the highest law enforcement official in the county. Period. Like, what part of that don't people understand? They're elected officials. They got more power in the county than the federal government does. Federal government can't just roll in and take over your county. Just can't roll in and take over your state. And that's why the powers of federal law enforcement and local and state law enforcement are separate. We don't have a national police force where everybody's the same. They kind of had that in England, throughout Europe. Didn't work out well. Didn't work out well at all. But what's the dig on black people who predominantly work in what areas and industries? Service, hospitality, making a boatload of money because Republicans are here. And instead of being happy for them making money, you bash, take all their money. But would you say that if it was Democrats when they come to Chicago? Take all their money? When you have nothing. And that's why I never tell people who I vote for, and I never tell, well, I know who you vote for by the way you talk. No, because I bash both sides. So it can't be that. I'll never tell you who I'm voting for because I like to remain in the middle to have a conversation. I'm not like other hosts who tell you exactly who you should vote for and who you shouldn't vote for. Because then if they lose, you kind of look like a knucklehead, right? Kind of look like, well, they lost. Now what? And historically, we've literally shut ourselves out of the state of Wisconsin because we didn't like Scott Walker or some other Republican governor when they're the CEO of an $89 billion business called the state of Wisconsin with our tax money. But we don't say nothing about that. We complain what others complain instead of standing up and going, hey, this is because I'm a citizen, I pay taxes, so whether I vote is completely and totally irrelevant. I'm a taxpayer. That's why you're going to do it. Because I told my alderman that. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm a taxpayer. Your money comes from taxes. You're going to listen to what I say. Whether or not I vote is irrelevant. Matter of fact, I'll come after you if you say something like, I didn't vote. I'm talking about a different alderman I have than now. I said, so I don't know where you get this. And then I went downtown. I was kind of new to Milwaukee. And I went downtown because, you know, in Chicago, you just go see your alderman or alderwoman and you just went. Knock on the door. I'm like, so where's their neighborhood office? They was like, they don't have offices in the neighborhood. I said, what? I said, they don't have offices in the neighborhood. How can you represent a neighborhood when no one can find you in the neighborhood? Like, is that idiotic? You know what somebody told me? Well, it's too expensive. I looked this person in the eye and I said, that Jason Gets Dinner is stupid. So if somebody wants to talk to you, what do? Oh, they got to come downtown. So grandma in a wheelchair has to get on a bus that barely accommodates her and come see you in the snow to talk to you, and her taxes that for her house pay for you to be in office. That's stupid. And then when you get to the office, there's like a gatekeeper where you got to knock on the door and get buzzed in, and then you got to wait in a holding place. It's like, are you really that important? No. There is not one alderman, mayor, or common council president that's that important that he got to be locked up like that. Now, do we have knucklehead people in the world? Sure. So for safety, I get that. But are you kidding me? But that's what we do. And it's unfortunate because of the world we live in. But we don't even complain. Your city council wanted to be able to vote on something and not let you vote on it because they didn't trust you. And we voted for the referendum and we got them their money and we still got jacked by MPS. These are the people that lied over and over and over. They keep taking advantage and we do nothing. And I'm not saying vote Republican, but y'all need to start telling Democrats what you want, and if they don't give it to you, don't vote. That's the only power you have. Don't vote. Run somebody against them, recall them, whatever you need to do. Make them listen. Now, one way to do it is keep running people over and over and over and burn up their war chests over and over and over till they finally give up. But it's unfortunate we have to live in a world like that because we've acquiesced all of our power, all of our money, all of our intellect, all of our curiosity. We turned it over to the Democratic Party, and they basically told you, too bad, you can't have it back. Every time you ask the city for something, they blame the state. Now, granted, it was kind of dumb. The state did some stupid stuff. Robin Vos did some stupid stuff. Held us hostage and had to hire all these people and all that because they kowtowed to the unions. I agree. That was stupid. But did you even fight him? Did you even stand up and say, dude, we're not doing that? And here's what's going to happen, right? And then go after him. Send people, like, I'm from Illinois. I didn't like Jason, and Jason's in a different district. We hustled up some money, found somebody, moved them to Jason's district, signed them up, got the petitions, and ran them against Jason. We didn't care if they won or lost. We just wanted Jason to know every single time you step out of line, we got you. And we're just going to run somebody. And if you really make us mad, we're going to fund 2 people. And we're just going to run against you. And we're going to watch your war chest just do this because you got to keep defending yourself. Every time you have a public meeting, We're going to call the media, and then we're not going to show up. And you'll be sitting there by yourself. And the community has lost confidence in you. I mean, that's what you do. You handle people. You don't let them jack you. I'm an elected official, so no, you work for me. I remember somebody said, well, here's my constituent. I'm like, I'm not your constituent. You don't own me. Well, no, I'm a human being. I'm not a voter. I live in your district. Act like it. Treat people like they're human. Act like you have some sense. Because we let politicians get away with too much. We give them too much power. It's time to take that power back. And you're spending all this energy on Donald Trump. And we've had a homicide almost every day for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and we got nothing. Where's the Democratic Party in Wisconsin helping change the city of Milwaukee? Nowhere to be found. And if your answer is the Republican Party isn't here, that's stupid, because they were never here. Democratic Party's here. They pretend we're a democratic city, and even though all the positions are bipartisan, right? For alderman or woman, for common council president and mayor. You don't run under a party. But they call themselves Democrats. Some of them do. But they don't do anything. They don't fix crime, haven't softened the economy. They came up with a tax increase for the county and the city right in the middle of inflation. Didn't apologize for it, didn't say sorry, but it has to be done, and really wasn't clear about what you're going to spend it on. But they did it anyway. And then on top of that, gave MPS $252 million. Jacked up your homeowner's taxes another $400. But what do you care? Well, what do they care? Because it's not their money. They don't care. And the issue I have with Democrats is that is what they do. They want to tax their way out of problems. Eventually, you're going to run out of money because just like there are less kids going to elementary school, there'll be less kids going to high school, so you need less of them, and less kids going to college, you'll need less of them. They're just raising money because they know that's coming. 70 million boomers are either eligible or about to retire. They were the largest group of people that paid into Social Security. There aren't enough Gen X and Millennials and Gen Z to pay. What are we doing? They're not going to college, so they're not getting jobs that'll be white collar and pay them 6 figures. They're not going into the trades, so they're not getting jobs that are blue collar and pay them 6 figures. So what are we doing? Like, where are we going? Nobody wants to go into heavy machinery. Nobody wants to go into steel. Nobody wants to go into concrete. Nobody wants to go to electricity. But we have an infrastructure in America that's falling apart. And who's going to fix it? We can't get bartenders in resorts. I went to one and it was 3 people from Thursday through the following Tuesday when I left. The same 3 people were working because they couldn't find people. Think about that. What are we doing? We're not calling anybody. We're not saying anything. And eventually, it'll fail. And unfortunately, I think I said it yesterday, we really are slipping into darkness. The problem is, it was already dark.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, our Beyond the Mic Happy Hour Mixer series has been a hit this summer. I want you to join me and my Truth teammates for our next installment of Beyond the Mic, Friday, July 26th, from 5 until 7 p.m. at the Mo Bay Cafe, located at 1022 South 1st Street in Milwaukee. There will be delicious cocktails, great conversation, Chula Vista Resort giveaways, plus Dr. Ken will be broadcasting his show live from 4 until 6 p.m. So mark your calendars for Friday, July 26th, from 5 until 7 p.m. at the Mo Bay Cafe.
What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have 2 really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
Have you ever said, I'd like to do something different for a change? I'm tired of doing the same old, same old. Well, the Wisconsin Black Chamber invites all wine lovers and those who want to spend a Saturday doing something different to the Black Winemakers Chicago Day Trip, Saturday, July 20th, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We meet at the Black Chamber building located at 2900 West Fleet and head to Chicago for a day of winemaking, eating, drinking, fun, and laughter. It's an experience you won't forget, especially since there's plenty of photo ops. Grab a couple friends and create some memories. Visit our website, twbcc.com, to register. You can register for the July 20th or August 31st class right now. Don't wait, classes fill up fast. The Wisconsin Black Chamber is still doing the most. Visit twbcc.com to keep up with what we have going on.
It's your boy, Tori Lowe from The Tori Lowe Show. Tap in for that action. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading the Truth app or stream on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher.
The Brewers Sunday Fun Day Bundle is your new way to brunch this summer. Get tickets, food, beverages, and parking for up to 15 people, starting at $62. Get yours at brewers.com/funday.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger's offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Had to have a little Simply Red. 833-212-1017 is the number. 51 minutes after the hour. Currently 72 degrees, about a 3% chance of rain, 76% humidity. Winds are at about 6 miles an hour. And tomorrow looks like the high is 77 degrees with a low of 63. Tonight's low is 66. Well, looks like it might be a little bit of spot of rain. A little bit. So be careful. 6 more days until the RNC is here in Milwaukee. And, you know, they have one of those, what do you call it, areas downtown. And so if you're not cleared to be in a certain area, soft or hard, you really can't get to work. I mean, you're just kind of, yeah. And you know, folks that live downtown, you got to get clear. Your whole building has to be cleared. Otherwise, you got to get cleared leaving and all that. So, yeah. So, yeah. Secret Service has to clear everybody. I just have to remember to always come like an hour earlier than I might normally do because I got to get in line and go through a checkpoint. When do the soft checkpoints start? Like, I know they started. They have a soft setup now. Like, I can see certain things popping up. Like, most people don't notice it, but I started to notice certain things are in certain places and certain supplies. So yeah, it's coming. And don't think you're gonna like outsmart the Secret Service and the U.S. Marshals and the umpteen law enforcement agencies they have here, because you're not. So if you're going to try to hide something or put something, they check every single car that comes into the area. So here's what people are going to do. They're going to try to park somewhere else. How about just not put crap in your car and drive to work? But they're not going to do that. They're going to try to be slick. People are going to get arrested. And see, that's what people are going to have to check. So how many people got arrested during the RNC trying to slip contraband or dumb stuff? Right? And you got to have all your IDs and all your stuff. It just is what it's only like 4 days. And then it'll be like they were never here. I'm just saying. It'll be a piece of cake. Right? You looking forward to it, Jason? Because we're going to all be down there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to experience it.
Yeah, it's the same. Like, you could change the people if you want. Democrat or Republican, it's the same crap. It's the same ridiculous, ostentatious garbage. It's just, in the end, somebody going to win, somebody going to lose, everybody going to scream, and then it's going to be over. Then we'll have an inauguration, and that'll be that. And then it'll be over. And no matter who wins, they only get 4 years, unless they get rid of Biden. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about that. Are we going to get rid of Biden? I wonder. Like, I wonder if is it time to do the 25th Amendment and roll Kamala Harris in as vice president to president and just call it a day and let her run? Because this talk of replacing her with somebody, that doesn't make any sense when she's the vice president. If the party didn't feel that, the party shouldn't have supported her being vice president. But they did, and they won, and that's what you did. You're kind of stuck, so you may as well run with her. Let's start getting her prepped. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming up next. I will see you in about 22 hours. God bless. Take care. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. I'm going to get that music right. I got to check. Like every time I do it, I got to check one extra thing. It's all Jason's fault. It was actually user error. Me. So, hey, have a great evening. Stay safe. 66 degrees is the low. It'll be 77 tomorrow. Have a great time. I'm out.